Hello and good tidings. My name is Rai Angelo Lemara, and today I will be providing an interpretation and recitation of Jose Rizal's Mi Ultimo Adios, or My Ultimate Farewell. This originally untitled poem was one of Rizal's last compositions before being executed on December 30th, 1896. On the afternoon of December 29th, Rizal was visited by his family, their one last talk with him before he met his fate. And once they took their leave, Rizal reached out to Trinidad, one of his visiting sisters, to take a small alcohol stove on the way home, which contained the poem. A year later, his poem would be shared by his friends and family, eventually giving it the name Mi Ultimo Adios by Father Mariano Dacana. In June 1902, the U.S. Congress discussed the state of the colonized Philippines and whether or not they were capable of self-governance, self-civilization, and independence. But before they could make their final decision, the poem was recited in front of them to prove that they were not as stupid and incapable as they thought they were. It was reported that after the final line was recited, the U.S. Congress fell silent and was shortly followed by a long and thunderous applause. Undoubtedly, it would be thanks to this poem that the U.S. would sign the Cooper Act to officially declare Philippine independence. And I do believe that this poem's themes and messages is a wake-up call, a reminder that if we're not careful, we will lose the country our ancestors fought greatly for. In the past, we proved to the rest of the world that the Philippines is an able and strong nation, one filled with great potential and qualities fit for a country like ours. We have faced the corruption of the DPWH flood control scandals, the conflict between our president and vice president, the influx of Filipinos leaving the country in search of a better job because they can't find one here. Lately, it does seem that we are falling apart after years of corruption, poverty, civil and political unrest, willful ignorance, and foreign influences, rendering the Filipinos weak, poor, and easily swayed. Like Jose Rizal, who stood by his ideals in the face of death and oppression, as seen from the poem, we should not falter and crack under pressure. We must show the rest of the world one more time our Filipino pride and spirit. We must rise above our issues and struggles and mold the country into equal footing with our much more powerful neighbors. Because only then we can see just how beautiful the Philippines truly can be. Now, without further ado, here's the poem in its entirety, voiced by yours truly.
Farewell, dear fatherland, plying of the sun caressed. Pearl of the orange seas are eaten lost. Gladly now I go to give thee this faded life's best. And were it brighter, fresher, or more blessed, still would I give it thee, nor count the cost. On the field of battle, mid the frenzy of fight, others have given their lives without doubt or heed. The place matters not, cypress or laurel or lily white, scaffold or open plain, combat or martyrdom's plight. 'Tis ever the same, to serve our home and country's need. I die just when I see the dawn break, through the gloom of night to herald the day. And if colors lacking my blood thou shalt take, poured out at need for thy tears' sake, to dye with its crimson the waking ray. My dreams when life first opened to me, my dreams when the hopes of youth beat high, were to see thy loved face so gem the orient sea. From gloom and grief, from care and sorrow free, no blush in thy brow, no tear in thine eye. Dream of my life, my living and burning desire. All hail, cries the soul that is now to take flight. All hail! And sweet it is for thee to expire, to die for thy sake, that thou mayst aspire, and sleep in thy bosom eternity's long night. If over my grave someday thou seest grow, and the grassy sod a humble flower, draw it to thy lips and kiss my soul so. And while I may feel on my brow the cold tomb below, the touch of thy tenderness, thy breath's warm power. Let the moon beam over me, soft and serene. Let the dawn shed over me its radiant flashes. Let the wind with sad lament over me keen. upon my cross a bird should be seen, let it thrill there and hymn of peace to my ashes. Let the sun draw the vapors up to the sky, and Haverin and purity bear my tardy protest. Let some kind soul over my untimely fate sigh, and in the still evening of prayer be lifted on high, from thee, O my country, that in God I may rest. Pray for all those that hapless have died, for all who have suffered the unmeasured pain, for all mothers that bitterly their woes have cried, for widows and orphans, for captives by torture tried, and then for thyself the redemption thou mayst gain. And when the dark night wraps the graveyard around, but only the dead in their vigils to see, break not my repose or the mystery profound. Perchance thou mayst hear a sad hymn resound. 'Tis I, O my country, raising a song unto thee. And even my grave is remembered no more, unmarked by never a cross nor a stone. Let the plow sweep through it, the spade turn it over, that my ashes may carpet earthly floor, before into nothingness at last they are blown. Then will oblivion bring to me no care, as over thy vales and plains I sweep, throbbing and cleanse thy space and air. But caught on light with song and lament I fare, ever repeating the faith that I keep. My fatherland adored, that sadness to my sorrow lends. Beloved Filipinas, hear now my last goodbye. I give thee all, parents and kindred and friends, where I go where no slave before the oppressor bends, where faith can never kill, and God reigns ever on high. Farewell to you all, but my soul turn away. Friends of my childhood in the home dispossessed, give thanks that I rest from the wearisome day. Farewell to thee too, sweet friend that lighted my way. Beloved creatures all, farewell. In death, there is rest.